video, I wanted to talk to you guys about supply chain. You know what I'm saying? Supply chain shortages in the trucking industry, like what could possibly happen in the trucking industry. So it's a crazy time right now. So, all right. So what I was looking at, I was looking at some articles. I just decided to pop in and kind of just see like what was going on, and it's saying that it's a huge driver shortage, right? So companies can't find enough drivers to deliver the goods. So that could be, so it's supply chain issues, right? It's good, Nisha. Yeah, so it's supply chain issues. We understand that, but it's a it's it's a whole lot of other stuff going on. Like, so in 2018, the average driver was about 55 years old. That's that's kind of up there. And then a lot of those people were forced into retirement due to like the pandemic and things like that. So it's a lot going on. What's good, everybody? So I ain't gonna be able to see everybody from over there, so I'm gonna have to like look at my phone or whatever. But it's a lot of supply chain issues. So what could end up happening is, because these companies still got to get this stuff delivered, and the trucking industry makes up, I think it was like 65% of um, 65% of the economy or something, like transportation. Let me see what it says. 65% of the country's consumable goods are trucked to the market. So 65% of everything that's moved around, all the consumer goods, all of that is by the trucking industry. So that's a huge, huge amount of stuff. All right. So with all of these supply chain issues, the things still got to get there, right? Toilet tissue, food, it still got to get there. They don't have enough drivers to get the stuff there. So think about this: the stuff that's sitting at the ports that's perishable, it has to move at a certain period of time. If it doesn't move at a certain period of time, it goes bad, causing more issues with the supply chain, because now they got to get rid of stuff, they got to get new stuff in, and it's just taking longer and longer. It's a lot of money that's getting messed up, and goods is getting destroyed because they can't sell it because it's too old. It's gonna be a pretty interesting time. And at first, I was looking like, well, this is great, right? Like, this is going to be great for the trucking industry because now they can charge more money and pay the drivers even better and pass that cost off to the consumer. Yes, the goods are going to go up in the stores, but if you have a trucking company, this is great for you, right? But the reason I want to do this video is because I started thinking a little deeper. Now, I don't know, I haven't read anything to say that this is going to be something that we might need to worry about, but I know that if it was me and I had an issue with, I guess, getting something moved to a certain area, and they were going up more and more on the price, I would be trying to figure out, or even if I was okay with the price, but I still didn't have a way to get it there. Like, let's just say normally I have my cousin come take something for me, right? And my cousin now has a new job, or he just stopped showing up, and I still got to get this thing moved. So I might have to call somebody else to move this for me. Now, let's say the trucking industry is my cousin, right? Now I got to call somebody else who might be able to move this thing. And I don't know who could move the thing that my cousin, who's the trucking industry, can't move anymore. But let's say it's the railroad system. I don't know. I don't see how they can deliver a lot of the things that the trucking industry normally delivers with with railroad system, because it can't get up into towns and cities and things like that. But I imagine that they are going to be trying to figure something out. I don't know. Could it be autonomous vehicles? What it could be, I'm not sure what it's going to be. By the way, it's a couple people on here. Can we all smash the like button? Can we smash the like button? It'll let the algorithm know to rank the video up higher in the algorithm. Also, hit the bell icon if you haven't. But this is something that I would be really like paying attention to. At first, I was definitely thinking like, oh man, this is gonna be great because it's gonna be great for the truck drivers or the people who own trucking companies, because you know the cost per mile is going to go up because supply and demand, right? Right now, it's not a lot of supply for, I guess, drivers or things like that. But you know, show that plate, show that piece in the background. Trying to read these messages, but oh yeah. So there's my painting back there. That's it. Yeah. I just picked this up from a Nigerian artist. It cost me a pretty penny. You know what I mean? Had to have it. Had to have it. But yeah, so anyway, hey, what's good? 10. There you go. I appreciate it. That's you. That's showing the picture. Inflation is inevitable, right? It'll all work out eventually. Right. See, I didn't have an issue necessarily. Think about it. If I'm coming from the trucking mindset, and I helped start a lot of trucking companies, right? So I'm actually thinking this is going to be great for the drivers who deserve the money, right? They've been driving long hours over the road for all of our things. When we're asleep, they're still on the road. Sometimes they're broke down. They're sleeping in gas stations. They're showering in gas stations. Like I salute the truckers that's out there for real. But I can't get around the fact that like the companies should. I would like for them to be paid more, right? And some people might say, oh, truckers make a lot of money, but it's a lifestyle that it's not a normal lifestyle. It's not the lifestyle that you or I may live if you're not a trucker, where we get to be home every night with our family. Some of them be on the road weeks at a time, months at a time. Sometimes they have little children or they have whatever. And it's just an alternative lifestyle. Some people love it. I wouldn't personally want to be a driver, but that's me. That's me, And but I would definitely think that some of those people should get paid more, right? And in order for them to get paid more, then companies need to have to pay more on the I guess on the shipping side, right? And right now, one way to drive up the prices of things having to be shipped is I guess, the supply chain issue, right? Because now, large companies like Walmart, I don't know what their plan is. Maybe they're going to build their own driver base or whatever. I have no idea, but I know things are going to have to change if things stay this way. If it was like a brief period of time, it might have been a small issue, but if this continues to be an issue, and it looks like it's getting more and more backed up. So as long as there's going to be continuous supply chain issues, there's going to be somebody out there. It's going to be a team of brilliant rocket scientists trying to figure out how to get around this trucking issue. And at first I was just excited, this is gonna be great. We're gonna get the money coming in and stuff like that. So even though now they're willing to pay more, but there's no drivers. It's not enough drivers to sustain this kind of stuff. So I'll just go over some numbers. Let me see. All right. So according to the Washington Post, let's see. So there was some executives said that there's a shortfall of drivers increased from 61,500 drivers before the pandemic to 80,000 today. So that's a lot of there's a lot of trucks sitting idle. 80,000 trucks, or probably maybe not 80,000 trucks, just depending on if they run in teams, but at least 30, 40,000 trucks sitting idle right now, which means that those same trucks are also not buying gas, right? And we don't know what those drivers are, but if they're not working, you got that many drivers not working, or maybe they are doing some kind of alternative job or whatever. I can tell you this, my brother was driving Uber, and on a good day, he might make $450 doing Uber in the city of Atlanta. And he might drive at nighttime, might drive during the daytime, just different times, right? But if he can make that kind of money, let's say $400 a day, you don't have to have a degree to drive Uber. You don't have to have a great car even to drive Uber. You don't have to have an $80,000 car to drive Uber. And so if you're making $400 a day on your own, right? Not signed to a company, not dealing with being away from home and family and being hot and sweaty on the road, and you can be home every night and make $400 a day without a degree on your own time. It makes it very difficult to like find the motivation or the will to like get behind an 18-wheeler and drive to Nebraska from Florida, right? So I definitely salute the guys who drive trucks and things like that, but these semi-truck drivers or hot shot drivers, a lot of these people coming out of these trucks right now, or I guess a lot of the guys that's needed to go into these trucks might have alternative driving aspirations or things that they're doing instead of doing the long haul. Oh, by the way, it's 18 people on here right now. Can we smash the like button, please? It'll help the YouTube algorithm like recognize this video, get us some more views on it. But yeah, so we're talking like 80,000 drivers needed. So at least 30 to 40,000 trucks sitting idle. That means there's no gas. That means that there's no goods, or a lack or shortage of goods being moved. That means that there's a backlog of things. And I don't know who's deciding like what things need to be moved, right? But when things come in at the port, people ship things in based off of probably old information or prior supply chain information. The way the whole system is set up was done a certain way, and now everything is different, right? So now the way that goods was being ordered before and being shipped to the ports before, and how stores were anticipating them to come in and replace other things, everything is changing. And I don't know who's like figuring it all out, but I don't know if they're gonna plan on like make things last longer, like as far as they can stay at the ports longer, or they're gonna change the ports even. Like it's so many things to like think about and to like contemplate, but I don't know what we're gonna do. But what do you guys think? Like, I'm sure some of you guys pretty smart, might know some things, but I'm just looking at it when I was looking at these numbers, and there's an aging force, right? Like, so the truck driving force is also getting older, right? If the average long haul driver was 55, and then a lot of them got pushed into retirement because of COVID or something else, and now there's also new government regulations, I believe, about vaccines and things like that. Let me see. Okay, it said this article says the trucking industry is in crisis. Here's how the government can help. Okay, supply chain issues. Okay. So now they're talking about the health of drivers that's been overlooked for a long time. Okay, struggle to meet demands for drivers. For a long time, they've been struggling to meet demand for the drivers. By the way, please smash the like button if you're watching this right now. $74 billion a year in lost product. Okay, it says traffic bottlenecks cost over $74 billion a year in lost productivity. That's 74,000 millions. That's how much that is. That's crazy. And it's getting worse. All right. To be trained to drive long haul. Okay. So there's a new act called the Drive Safe Act. You guys should look that up. Should maybe do a video where we break that down. All right. So Canada's recent vaccine. So there's, okay, this is interesting. Okay, it says, Spear notes that Canada's recent vaccine mandate did not include truckers. Okay. So, because they recognize the challenges, right? If they mandated vaccines to drivers, Canada realized it might be an issue, and they can't afford, they don't think they can afford to have more issues in the trucking industry. So this is So a lot going on. So they're mandating vaccines, I'm guessing, in the United States. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. It says truckers warn Biden. This article said, this what Fox Business says. Truckers warn Biden's vaccine mandates will decimate the industry, worsen supply chain woes. Major hit. Okay. Okay, so President Biden. I'm sorry, I was reading this, but this is President Biden I'm talking about. President Biden's administration vaccine mandate implemented via OSHA. Freight companies impacted could lose more than a third of the drivers over the new rule. Whoa. So now we're talking about a third of drivers. What? What? Beyond losing workers, companies face hefty fines under new rule at $14,000 per violation and up to $136,532 for willful violations. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, that's crazy. Okay, so that's crazy. $14,000 per violation. Then up to $136,000. $136,000 for willfully violating it. They're not playing. They're not. Think about how many small businesses can actually stand up to $14,000 fines. Not only that, but a $136,000 fine. What? Yeah. So for you guys who might have just joined right now, we're talking about the trucking industry and the shortage of drivers, but there's also President Biden's administration implemented a new mandatory vaccine mandate, and companies face hefty fines of $14,000 per violation and up to $136,532 for willful violations. That's crazy. How many small businesses can take $130,000 hit? How many? Not many. I can tell you that. Most of them are struggling. Not many can take that. By the way, if you haven't hit the like button already, please hit the like button. I really would appreciate it. Help the YouTube algorithm rank the video higher. But yeah, okay. So let me read some of your comments. All right. So it says, "Hey, bro, no." Okay, JC says there is no driver shortage. Trey Tate said, "What's good?" JC said he smashed the like button. He said she liked. All right. What else on here? Somebody spamming my comments. Trucking lifestyle is hard. Inflation is inevitable. Yeah, over the road is tough, man. Trucking is the easiest job I've had, although it can be stressful. Being away from family isn't great. Yep. See, it's cool. Think about it. The younger guys, maybe it's better for the older guys. What do you think? Is it better or worse for the older guys, right, to be away from family? Because maybe the younger guys may have young children, right? And maybe the older guys, kids is grown. Maybe them and their spouse can maybe hit the road together or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe they're just more comfortable with a little bit more time apart. I don't know. I would have thought, initially I was thinking the other way. Like, it'd probably be better to be a young guy, be 18, 19, 20, something like that on the road. But might actually be the opposite. All right, so, JD, why are the truckers out? What's going on, bro? What violations? Okay. The Biden, Kinetic Risen says the Biden administration will face lawsuits and challenges against those mandates. Some states are already suing. JD said terrible policies. Older guys, kids more independent. True. Natural Awakens, she liked. Okay. Broke out family. Trucking is great if you just got out of prison and need to come up quick. That is an interesting statement. I guess it could be. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't just come out. you know, but yeah. So like, just it's just an interesting, I guess, thing to watch. Um, Seeing the trucking industry kind of like change because like right now we're talking about supply chain, but then we're also talking about mandated vaccine mandates, and that's gonna they're talking about a third of the truck, like what's left of the trucking industry, like a third. Do you know how much a third of anything? It's crazy. A third. That's crazy. Like imagine saying 65% and then losing a third of the, like losing a third of the 65. You're talking 20 some percent, man. It's crazy. Yeah. But okay, what else they saying? They said the association has urged Biden administration to exempt the trucking industry from the mandate. One regulation would decimate the industry and supply chain. Okay. Okay. All right. So here you go. Right here. Truck driver shortage hits record high. Okay. Threatening to hurt holiday shopping. Oh man, I ain't even think about that. Most of the money is gonna be made in the United States around Christmas time. It's gonna be made around Christmas time. That's when everybody buy gifts, things like that. I got friends that live up in Pennsylvania, I believe. I know they're from New York, but I think they live in Pennsylvania now. I think he's from. Anyway, the point is, him and his family went to go buy a Toyota, some kind of Toyota. It's like a Toyota SUV, and let's say the vehicle was 38,000 or whatever. They wanted 48,000. I know it's $10,000 more. I don't know if the vehicle was 36,000 and the Toyota company up there wanted like 48,000 because they wanted an extra 10,000 on top of whatever the MSRP is, only because there's a shortage of vehicles, like because of the chip situation, right? So there's a shortage of vehicles, so they want the extra 10,000, and that's just so. From the factory, they saying this is what you should charge, right? And the dealerships are charging more money than that just because they like we can't get them more, right? And that's only because of the chip. But what happens when everything else goes up like that? Where you go to Walmart and Walmart is like, hey, I know you want some Doritos, but you got to pay $5 more per bag because we can't get no more. Like. It's crazy. So hopefully they get all of this fixed and worked out. But let's hope that it doesn't come to that where everything else starts getting a little extra, once it even gets to the store. Okay. Okay, I don't know who this webcam HDXYZ is, but they're spamming like crazy. How do I block them? Block. Okay. Block. Just block them. All right. So what do y'all think? Is trucking in a good place moving forward? Like not right now. Because what's crazy is like you would think that if you started a trucking company right now and you got your drivers, you're gonna be straight. But with these mandates and other supply chain issues and are they, and even with the people who are currently running, like the money is probably going to be extremely good. Are they going to run y'all in the ground? Which probably would be a good thing. But like, I don't know. It seems like if there's going to be a shortage, that means that other companies are going to be working twice as hard or stay gone or whatever. Or companies are going to try and push their people twice as hard. But if you own your trucking, business, then and it's a small business, I think it'll be cool so long as your drivers don't mind getting the vaccine. But are large companies going to be throwing more money at your drivers that is better than the money that a small company can throw at them? Like, and I don't know. It's just a crazy time. Let's see. All right. Okay. So if you're in trucking, start buying rental properties so you can get out. All right, cool. Yeah, I like rental properties. I like Airbnbs better, but you know. All right, so eggs cost damn near. Natural Awakening said eggs cost damn near $5, if not more. Shaking my head. My dad paid $6 for a 2-pack of Bounty. Dang, I could not believe it. I hope things improve. This is gonna happen. This is inflation. These things are gonna go up. By the way, if you haven't already, please smash the like button. It'll help the YouTube algorithm rank us higher so that more people can see this video. But you know, inflation is gonna happen, right? Like we understand that at some point there's gonna have to be some sort of inflation. It's crazy. They printed more money than has ever been printed during this pandemic. We've never seen the amounts of money placed in the circulation, and that they did in 1 year. Like it wasn't like a gradual 30, 40 years. In 1 year, they printed more money than probably, I think it was like, was it the last 30 years or something like that? It was something crazy, whatever it was. But all that money got printed, so you know that the value of the dollar or your money has got weaker. It's going to just take more money to buy things because everybody had money. Everybody had money. So let me see what somebody said. JC said, I need to raise rent. I need to raise rents in 2022. But do you have a rental property, JC? Yeah, and that's another thing, right? Like incomes are gonna have to go up, right? I mean, it's all still like, you know how they say the price of tea in China doesn't affect this. No, that's microeconomics. The price of tea in China may not affect you in microeconomics to what you got going on, but in macroeconomics, which is what this all is, this is macroeconomics. Gas prices affect t-shirt prices, and egg prices affect, I guess, belt prices or whatever, tennis shoes or whatever. It's all connected. It all will have to go up. And I don't know if it's going to be a gradual climb, which usually things are a gradual climb, but these things may have to just jump up. Like one day you might just walk into the store and they're like $50 for like, you know, some toothbrushes or something. You're like, what? But that's just going to be what it is. It's going to be a crazy time. I don't know how many years, if it's going to be next year, the year after, 3, 4, 5 years before we see like a massive change, but some got to change though. Some got to change. And I'm just worried that they're going to figure out something to replace the current trucking industry with something else that doesn't require a stoppage due to lack of drivers. You know what's even crazier? It's like they used to say that the farmers were like the lowest paid, right? And so people left the farms to go into like financial sectors and other kind of business degrees or business jobs or whatever, because that's where the big money was. And they're like, in the future, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be like the people who got the business jobs are going to be going to the country or to go to the farm, because the farms are going to be where all the money is because of the shortages of food or whatever. So in the future, you know, a burger might be $80, you know, and so it's better to own the farm at that point. So then the farmers are going to have all the money and, you know, for corn and stuff like that. And then everybody else is going to be like just giving them the money or whatever. So it makes me wonder, like, what if, you know, in the future, truckers are like, you know, hedge fund managers or something like that. Like you go get a trucker job and you're like a doctor, you know, and the doctors, you know, are not making as much as the truckers and stuff like that. It just makes me wonder. Anyway. Right, well, just want to come on here real quick and holler at you guys, man. But what about fuel prices for truckers? That's a good question. Whatever it is, it's all going to be relative. I mean, fuel prices are going to go up because it's going to cost more money to get the fuel to the gas stations, right? Because the truckers are driving it. Okay. So, what did he say? I'm trying to say. Okay. So JC said, yeah, I got a few rental properties, bought them cash with oil field trucking money. Dope. I hated trucking, but it saved my life after losing my government job from catching a few cases. So, okay. So we got an oil rig trucker. You got an oil field trucker on here, and I had no idea, JC. We've been talking about hedge fund managers and joking for like forever, but I had no idea you was a driver. Do you think owner operators will have to be vaccinated, renewing DOT physical? I'm assuming. I got to look at it deeper. Maybe we should do a video next time where we like look into this. What's the name of it? It's called the. What's the name of it? Trying to find the name of the bill. Something Safe Act. Let's see it on here. But we can look into it maybe on another video and break it down and like see what it's talking about. I don't see it on this website I'm on now, but it's something Safe Act. I don't know, but we can maybe look at that and see what all. Yeah, but I mean, I'm assuming that if you were going to drive, because owner operators, whatever it is, if they're going to have to, they're mandating that everybody who drives trucks has it, and you're owner operator. It doesn't matter if you're owner operator, you're going to have to have it, or you're going to be fined just like any other company. $14,000 for individual fines, I guess, and up to $136,000 for trying to avoid or willfully avoiding doing some of these things. So I don't know, but guys, there's a few people on here still. Like, if you could smash the like button, I would appreciate it. Smash the like button, and we're gonna get up out of here. But got anything you guys want to say before we go? I'll read your comments. Yeah, I'll read your comments. Let's see what y'all. Matter of fact, JC, call this number. Hold on, let me see what this number is. Hold on, let me see. Let me see what this number is. I'm just going to tell JC. Oh, he said crashing that. Love, peace. Oh, okay. He might be about to go. I was saying, I'm going to tell him to call this number. I can figure it out. All right, hold on. Let me see. Okay, I'm putting it in the comments. No. I don't know if he's still on here. Call that number. Let me put you on speakerphone. Yeah. Just waiting on JC now, y'all. Let's see. I want to hear about this. I want to hear about this. I want to hear about this oil trucking and government job that he said he lost his government job and went into the trucking in the oil fields or whatever. So that's pretty much what saved his life. He got rental properties. So let's see, you're gonna call. Waiting on you, JC. It's right there, right above your comment. 470-829-9231. 470-829-9231. Oh, by the way, a hedge fund manager messaged me, and he's coming around Thanksgiving time, so I'm just trying to get an interview with him. An actual hedge fund manager is going to be interesting. But still waiting on JC, man. I don't think he can see the noise. I don't think he see it. Waiting on JC. Anyway, what y'all doing? Where y'all from? Tell me where y'all from while we waiting on JC. Let me see where y'all from. Where y'all from? I'm up here in Atlanta. So he don't have my LLC yet. DJ Rap Chat says, I don't have my LLC yet. I just got my DBA. Can I get started dispatching? I don't see why you couldn't, but I also don't have a dispatching business. I mean, why don't you have your LLC yet? That's my question. Why don't you have your LLC yet? It only, it's $100 in the state. It's nothing. But I don't know about dispatching. Not really sure about that one. So I don't think JC's gonna call. He must can't hear something. All right. Let me see. 16 people on here. So if y'all could smash the like button, get this video ranked higher in the algorithm. If you just joined, how did they get back on? Like, how did this even get back on? Like this webcam, I blocked them. So, but yeah, so, was waiting on JC, but I don't think he's gonna call, so I don't know what's happening with that. But, about to get off of here. I was gonna try and get him on here and like talk to him about, his situation, how he came to get to this point. What did he do for the government? He said he caught a couple of charges. So ended up becoming a truck driver, making stupid money, started buying properties. But anyway, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Don't get no $14,000 fines. If you got drivers, get them vaccinated. The spam people things are back on here. How they do this, I have no idea, but they do it. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name Man. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we are out.